Hello everyone, this is Toby with Birdsong Studios. How are you doing today? I hope everyone is well and has had a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining me here. I greatly appreciate your time, your attention, your presence, and your openness to these messages. So today we're going to be looking at energies around and information we need to know around the full moon in Libra occurring on April the 6th or the 5th, depending upon where you are in the world. For those of us on the East Coast or in the Eastern time zone for the United States, it'll be happening at 12:34 a.m. on April the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, with that being in Libra, first of all, of course, full moons are revealing. They provide information and clarity in areas that may have been a bit hidden, may have been a bit submerged, I'm hearing, and that being in an air sign, we may not have been able to fully grasp the mental aspect of it through our intellectual mind, even though we may have been able to sense the energy of it within our physical body and within our heart. So it's something, I get this feeling, it's something that has been welling up. And it's placed directly in between the two new moons in Aries. So the one we just had on the, what day was that? The 21st, I believe, and, or the, I don't know, the 20th, the 21st. I'm losing track of my days. And then the one that's coming up on the 21st of April. Of course, the one that we just experienced last week was at 0 degrees of Aries, and then the one coming in on the 21st of April will be at 29 degrees of Aries. So we have Libra right in the middle, and looking at relationships and balance within relationships. And this feels very connected to our last reading where we talked about Pluto and Aquarius and looking at our healing and the choices we make from a macro and a micro level. Looking at the choices made as a collective, as well as looking at the choices made as individuals, and taking time to reflect and accept and find awareness in how our individual choices impact the collective and how we can be empowered in that state and create and help to facilitate healing and upliftment and ascension in the collective as we move into New Earth. So with this full moon in Libra, we have, I feel this, we've going from looking at the micro and the macro, and now we're at this point of finding balance between the two is what this full moon in Libra is going to be revealing for us, where we've been out of balance, and as well where we are, where we can, I'm hearing, change our approach as to create balance and the things that will be supportive of that from a mental space in particular, as Libra is in an air, is an air sign, but also in the physical. We also have Venus in Taurus at this time. Venus moved into Taurus on March 16th and will move into Gemini then on April the 11th. And with Venus in Taurus, this is a perfect time for us to look at our relationships and really look at what is being supportive of us and what makes us feel secure, what types of, which relationships in our lives are providing this stability and this sense of ease and comfort, but with a Taurus kind of is the slow burn, I feel, of the zodiac, because there's a very, very sensual, tactile side to Taurus that is very pronounced, I feel. And so when we're looking at romantic partnerships, considering where, if the passion that we are experiencing or we are feeling is balanced with other aspects of the relationship, as well as is a point that will not just fizzle out, but one that can be maintained and so has that foundation and stability, or if it is, I'm hearing if we are relying upon that to maintain the relationship. So interesting points to reflect upon as we are approaching this full moon in Libra. Okay, so what else do we need to know, Spirit? For some reason they're asking me not to turn that card over just yet, so we will wait until we're directed to do so. This one as well. Okay, I'm going to do one or two more, and then we'll look at the full conversation here. And usually I start with Oracle to get an overall feel, but I've been directed to start directly with the Light Seers Tarot. No, one more. This was my first deck, and I absolutely adore this deck. Such beautiful symbolism in the cards and such bright colors as well, which you will see momentarily. Okay. Oh boy, we have the Lovers. We have the Eight of Swords, mental headspace. That might... it's an air sign. It might be Mercury in Libra. I don't think it is, but I don't know. Ten of Cups and King of Swords. Look at that. Wow. Okay, well, first of all, we have 6. We have the Lovers. That's pretty self-explanatory, but this is also connected with the sign of Gemini, which we just talked about Libra going into Gemini, or I'm sorry, Venus going into Gemini on the 11th of April. But again, this is indicative of that sense of balance, the balancing of the yin and yang within us all, the balancing of the divine feminine and divine masculine. Traditionally, the Lover's card in the tarot was the card of choice. But of course, it's also symbolic of romantic partnerships and that dance between two people that is not only are they reflecting each other, reflecting back to each other bits of their own personality and psyche and wounds and behaviors and triggers, but it's this balancing and flow of within the partnership, because a partnership like that, partnerships are not truly 50-50, and when we're talking about personal relationships, there's an ebb and a flow. Sometimes one person is giving the 80% and the other is giving the 20%, but the balance is that can flow back in the other direction as well. And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is being caught up in one's head, being trapped in this headspace of overthinking, overanalyzing, not really being able to see the truth, and feeling stuck and tied in this, but that is really an illusion, because the bonds that are around her, I mean, it's just these tiny threads. And were she to actually move and pull away from these crows, these thoughts that are circling around her head, then she would be free. And as you can see, it's not actually around her. This is what she's seeing in the mirror. So this is a creation within one's own mind. And then we have the Ten of Cups, which is absolute fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, family, partnership, the full spectrum of love and emotional satisfaction. And then we have the King of Swords. So let's look at, we're going to clarify a little bit, which I know I don't normally do, but let's do this. Let's ask about the Eight of Swords. And I just saw 11:44 on the timer when I looked over. What is it that we're caught up in our heads about? What is this illusion that we've created in our head space? Gosh, we talked about illusions last time, didn't we? This is what is being removed. And okay, so I don't really need to clarify anymore. The message is that, where are we caught up in our heads around, let me backtrack. The full moon is going to be offering us the opportunity to really find clarity about the things that have kept us trapped in our head around our beliefs and our impressions, I'm hearing. And, big storm coming in. Around, in particular, romantic relationships, but all relationships. And has it kept us away from those, or has it kept us in those when it's not actually fulfilling? When it's not, where have we been creating these stories in our head about what we do truly want? And have we lied to ourselves about what we really do want in these romantic relationships, and pushed aside what we truly find fulfilling? And so this full moon is bringing in the opportunity to see this clearly, to be able to then look at what emotional fulfillment is for each of us, what satisfaction is for each of us, what again, I get this sense of that ease and flow that we talked about to begin with the Lovers. See how we've got this kind of swirling movement here. We've got this flowing, wavy movement here with the ribbon, with the rainbow that the couple is sitting upon and the children are playing in. And when we determine what it is that we need as an individual to experience this Ten of Cups, this absolute fulfillment is what keeps coming up. Can we then step into the King of Swords and make the decisions necessary to allow ourselves to be in this space to receive this? Because the King of Swords views things from the higher perspective. He's very fair, he's very just, but he does not hesitate to make these hard decisions, because he's doing it for the highest good of those involved. And in this case, this is about you as an individual. So you being the King of Swords. Oh, and look, there's his counterpart, the Queen of Swords. And see how they're looking at each other? So to me, this is speaking to the divine masculine and divine feminine out there, that this is required of each of you, each of us. I mean, we each have it. So because I get this sense that the divine, the masculine, and the divine feminine know that their counterpart is out there. Now, you may already be in a relationship, and you may, then you're in a place of determining, is this my 10 of Cups, or do the aspects of this relationship fit what I need to achieve that? And really looking at it from a clear headspace. See all this blue sky here? And there are birds around, but they are indicative of sight from a higher perspective with the hawk, wisdom with the raven, wisdom also, wisdom connected into your spirit guides, wisdom connected into your, when you're grounded, and I feel this balancing out of earth and air energies here between the owl and the raven. And then with the bat, that's connected into your intuition, right? When your eyes are closed, what is the wisdom and the knowing that comes to you?